Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel where we spill tea left, right, and everywhere in between. Today's video is a mini tea of everything that's been happening on the internet recently. We have Onision making the Depp versus Heard case about himself, Sienna Mae making a bad comeback, Jeffree Star caught lying about his yaks, and so much more. But before we get into all the tea, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and check out our Twitter for more tea. Alright, so our first story for today is about James Charles and how he lost 80,000 followers over this post. He shows that he's tucking in his genitalia in a bikini suit. The post said, "When people ask me if I cut it off, here's your answer, LMAO. Also, I really don't mean to traumatize you with this, but oh my god, his face just scared the shit out of me." Then he posted this saying, "I lost 80,000 followers today for posting that tucking story. I'm so sorry that y'all are boring. You will not be missed, LOL." Yeah, I feel like many of us are tired of looking at James's ass or any other of his assets. His 2019 Coachella looks were the beginning of our mutual trauma due to his ass, and it seems like many people just don't feel like they want to see this on their feed. And next, Sienna Mae posted a 1-minute video dancing to the song "I Hope They Cancel Me" by Dominic Fike, who we are going to be talking about in a bit. And the song is very fitting in her case because you know people didn't try to cancel her at all last summer or earlier this year. Yeah, if you want to know more about this, check these videos out. We have covered her, but basically she SA'd a friend of hers, Jack Wright. They were speculated to be a couple at the time. Jack came out this year with his side of the story, and in response, Sienna made some long ass denying the truth blog post. And now this is her comeback, I guess. People are not happy at all. There were some that were excited to see her post again, but with 1,000 likes compared to 5.3k dislikes, I think we can agree that the majority is not too keen on this video. And here are just a small percentage of the comments being like, she's acting like they're canceling her over some little thing. Girl, this ain't cancel culture, you deserve it. She's very brave to come back, I'll give her that. Speaking of wanting to get cancelled, the guy whose song Sienna was dancing to, Dominic Fike, is also in hot water recently. If you don't know him, he is a musician and he also starred in the second season of Euphoria as Elliot. So in a recent show of his, he said that he finds Amber Heard hot and he also had dreams and visions of her beating him up. I'm sorry, what? You're having visions of her beating you? Why? If you look at Amber just physically, yeah, she's attractive, but after this whole trial, her lying and manipulating the narrative and people, it's really hard to see why someone would be talking about her like that. Dominic also said he's aware his opinion is unpopular. Yeah, unpopular is putting it very lightly. He's probably doing it for the attention. After all, even bad publicity is good publicity. But if it were you or someone you knew going through the same thing, I doubt that you'd be finding it hot unless you have your own unresolved trauma or something.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. I think Amber Heard is hot, dude. I don't know. I was watching the trial, dude. I know it's not a popular opinion and it's not the focus at the moment, dude. But I've been having these visions of her.
And while we are on the topic of Amber Heard, guess who expressed their sympathy towards her as well as defending her actions? Onision, one of YouTube's OG cockroaches. About a month ago, we made a video on him trying to make music for kids. And now we're going to be talking about him because he's jumped on the Depp versus Heard trial, somehow trying to make it about himself, and it's quite disturbing to watch. Honestly, we can make a whole video on him because he posted a lot on this topic recently on Twitter and Speak's channel, but I don't really want to lose that many brain cells. I've already got a very limited amount due to these channels' favorites like Gabby Hanna or Trisha Paytas. I would suggest watching iNabber's videos on this topic. He covered a lot of Onion Boy's posts in more detail. In the video that we will look into, Onision talks about himself and how he fooled us all by being a, quote, really good actor. And all of his manic videos from 2 years ago were just him acting as a character who is insane. He then says that if he actually was the character he portrays, he wouldn't be able to sit down and film a normal, calm video.
A lot of folks think that I'm out of my mind, but I'm not. I'm just a very, very good actor. Some people choose to believe that, some people don't. That's okay. Just to give you an idea, in all these videos, if I was never acting, how would I be able to compose a normal video? Ever. Because the person that I like to play the character of is certifiably insane.
Sure, Greg. Then he talks about Amber and Johnny. Onision expresses sympathy for Amber and says that Johnny's situation is not that bad and you can't really feel that bad for him.
I feel bad for Amber Heard, and I know that's really unpopular to say. I don't so much feel bad for Johnny Depp because everybody loves him. It's impossible to wake up in the morning and be Johnny Depp and feel bad unless you're Johnny Depp, because Johnny Depp doesn't realize how lucky he is to be Johnny Depp. Okay, he said his life was like completely over, right? Because of a rumor.
Onision basically said Johnny is a multimillionaire. He's done tons of movies. Yeah, he missed on a few opportunities because of this situation, but he's okay.
Yes, people said things about him that were not true, but people often say things about pretty much everyone on earth. It sucks that people don't tell the truth all the time and that they say terrible things about each other, but this is not unfamiliar territory to the human species.
Yeah, because accusing someone of abuse and ruining their reputation and legacy just happens, you guys. Move on. This just goes to show that he didn't understand what this trial is about at all. Then he expresses his thoughts on Amber. He said that she's mentally ill and that she did bad things, but he feels for her. Mental health issues are difficult to handle or treat and or live with, but it's not an excuse to abuse someone. And it seemed like Onision was excusing her behavior just because Amber has mental health issues. Then he makes this argument that Amber should feel sorry for not appreciating what she had and how awesome it was that she was married to Johnny. He goes on to say that people are not perfect, and oftentimes in relationships, people do things that are not perfect. Not being perfect and abusing someone are two different things, Greg.
I think pretty much no one who knows about this case would say I would rather be Amber Heard in this situation, because she is clearly a mentally tormented woman, mostly because probably of her own illness.
Throughout this video and the others that he made on the topic, you get the feeling that he is projecting onto himself, like a lot, which shows that he is in a way comparing himself to this situation and his previous actions towards his exes. We've seen Onision's victims talk about the way that he abused them mentally, emotionally, verbally, and we've seen the way that he quote-unquote addressed these situations. So all of his posts about Amber and Johnny show that he's excusing his own actions in his previous relationships, as well as using that case to milk it and get views. In another video, he talked about his exes and called them out for being Amber Heard. He doesn't seem to mention any of the things that he did wrong in these relationships, only the wrong things that they did. To sum up, he claims he does not support Amber, but he also doesn't feel bad for Johnny, and he's just using this situation to make himself look better. And literally as I'm editing this video, the news came out that Johnny Depp has won the trial against Amber Heard. The jury awarded Johnny Depp $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages in his defamation suit. They also awarded Heard $2 million in compensatory damages. We have an entire update video on the case coming up tomorrow, so stay tuned for that if you want to know Amber and Johnny's statements in full. Finally, let's talk about Jeffree Star getting caught lying again. At this point, we know he tends to exaggerate a lot of things throughout his career, even for some ridiculous things that you wouldn't think anyone would lie for, like his grandma's age. Remember that one? The whole drama get-in fiasco. I have proof and receipts. I'm not afraid to show them off. And then he just didn't show anything. Lying about never drinking alcohol in his life. And just so much more. But anyway, today's lie is about Jeffree Star selling yak meat. We know Jeffree has been staying out of drama for the most part in the last year and a half or so. He's been chilling in his ranch in Wyoming, not getting himself involved in much drama, which is surprising because, well, it's Jeffree Star we're talking about. But people have not been complaining about him as much on Twitter, so that's good, right? Speaking of Jeffree's ranch, he has an Instagram page where he posts with his yaks because he's a farmer now, apparently. Yeehaw. He's called the yaks his pets before, but now it looks like the yaks are his new dinner. And I don't know, there's just something disturbing in that transition, you know, from showing on your Instagram how you pet and play with the yaks, and now you're posting pictures of their meat packaged and ready to sell. Don't get me wrong, this is not some vegan or vegetarian propaganda that I'm trying to sell you, like you do you boo, even though I am pescatarian. But why did he lie so blatantly about this? He could have said in the beginning he's planning to have a farm and sell meat. Last year, he got called out for trademarking Star Yak Ranch. There was an Insider article all about it. People were really curious as to why he's posting pictures hugging the animals, looking all lovey-dovey. Meanwhile, he's trademarking stuff like yak yarn and yak meat. In the mentioned article, it was reported that Jeffree was planning to sell natural yak fibers, clothing, edible pet treats, breeding and butchering services for yaks, and he blatantly denied that. He wanted these accusations to be taken down.
I recently trademarked Star Yak Ranch in every single category that you could do for raising animals, just because you want to always protect yourself in business. So let's say I trademark it for yarn, cheese, breeding, butchering, etc. It doesn't mean I'm doing any of those things. It just means I don't want anyone to be able to take my trademark in those categories, which people have done before. So I'm just protecting myself. So I guess a few stragglers are trying to spin up a fake story that I'm doing this and I'm doing that. Y'all, relax. When I'm laying on a yak and I name them, nothing's happening to them except brushing them, loving them, and feeding them. Anything else that y'all made up in your head, it's not real.
Jeffree also said he wanted nothing to do with the yaks, but loving and taking care of them. He said the yaks really help him to stay grounded, and he even called them majestic.
Yaks are such majestic creatures. There's been so many questions about what am I doing with them? What are they for? Are they for pets? Am I killing them? You guys, you will see in the video, and they're majestic creatures. They've really helped ground me.
Fast forward to today, he posted on his Instagram that he will be selling yak meat. He invited people around the Casper area in Wyoming to come for a taste test. He went on and on about the benefits of yaks, how everything was approved for consumption, and that they have many types of cuts.
Oh, hello guys. Okay, so listen up. If you're in Wyoming and you're in the Casper area, tomorrow we're having a little taste test, if you will, and we're inviting people of Casper or surrounding areas to come and buy our yak meat in person, say hi, howdy. And we have freezers full. Now, this is 100% grass-fed right off Casper Mountain. They're so yummy, and yaks are actually the healthiest red meat that you can eat. This, have anyone out there tried yak meat? It is so delicious, and I know a lot of people are asking, Jeffree, are you ever going to sell yak meat? Absolutely. Now, all the yaks you see with tags and names that we train, halter, and breed, no, we're not butchering them, but we do have a meat pasture far in the back, and we're raising some, hi Tashi, we're raising some amazing animals for food.
And there's no way he just decided to do this, that it wasn't in the works for a while. Why, you may ask? Well, all the packaging that he showed, all the talk about being approved, it all takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. If you're going to raise animals and decide out of nowhere that you also want to sell their meat, aren't you going to need time to make sure the stock you're raising is good quality? Jeffree goes on to say that he's been living off yak meat for a while now and that it's really beneficial, and in the same clip where he talks about raising them to breed and sell their meat, he calls them pets.
I do want to say one thing that's funny. People are so weird. Because it's me, it's going to be something always different, right? I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not a liar. But you don't know me. I'm me. And I bought a ranch. Months later, the idea evolved. I educated myself on where the food I was putting into my body came from. So, no, I'm not a liar. I started raising yaks over a year ago, and I still have 120 pets, and the only yaks that you guys have ever seen on social media are my pets. Any tag with a name is my pet.
If he wants to start selling meat, good for him, but why did he have to lie and deny it last year? If it weren't for that article, someone else could have looked it up anyway. Trademarks are public anyway. Nobody just decides to sell a product in like an instant. You gotta put in the time and work to research and plan it all out. So why would he lie last year? He literally exposed himself on that one. This was posted on his ranch Instagram page. Our delicious grass-fed yak meat will be available on our online store soon, hoping for next month. But Wyoming and Casper locals, tomorrow we will be selling yak meat from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at our warehouse. Come stop by and say hey, and we have every cut available. And this last story is not really tea, but it's really funny, so let's use it as an eye bleach after everything that we talked about. This was posted a few days ago by Cardi B. She witnessed a yacht sinking in front of her and narrated the whole time it was happening. Luckily, there was no one on the yacht, so let's just take a look.
It's sinking! Y'all see that? Y'all see it? They can't do nothing about it. They ain't no big boat that could save it. Oh my God, it's gone. Oh my God.
So there's a search team looking for the boat
I just saw like a scuba diver went down there, and it's like, child, that shit is in Bikini Bottom. That bitch long gone. SpongeBob is auctioning that bitch.
Let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We post new videos every single day. Alright, bye bye.